Hello, dear friend Hannah.
Oh, hi, dear friend Kate. Guess what?
What?
I have something to share with you today.
What is it?
An interview?
With Jesus?
No, with our friend. Actually, you may have been there.
What?
Ben Wang?
I love that kid.
Yes! Do you remember when he came through Denver on his way from LA to New York?
Yes, he was doing a cross-country road trip because he had just wrapped filming on either American Born Chinese, which he's starring in coming out in 2023, or the Disney Plus movie Chain Can Dunk, also coming out in 2023. Either way, he had big things going on and made the time for little ol' us.
He was gracious enough to chat with us and reminisce about all things elementary school, high school, in between, and talk about his current and future career as a performing artist. Ben Wang guest starred in Search Party on Hulu,
MacGyver, the series from 2016.
made a guest appearance on Sex Appeal.
He has written, directed, and performed in some of his own work, and was a guest appearer every day of high school in Northfield, Minnesota.
Where we went.
Where we went to school. Ben is an amazing guy. We were so honored to be able to sit down with him. And funny enough, it was actually the first time we'd ever used a true microphone to record. So thank you, Ben, for being there through our foibles and mistakes.
But we're really excited to share this conversation with you, and we had a lot of fun recording it.
Honored to know him, honored to be sharing this interview with you, and we hope you enjoy.
Enjoy.
Here it is, Ben Wang. Well, Ben, welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Again.
I don't want that. That's not how I wanted to start. Like, I'm just like annoyed with you. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
But today we have
Yes.
Ben Wang
Hello.
here.
I'm here.
We're so excited
here.
to have you.
I'm so excited to be here.
I didn't do my warm-ups. Is that real? Do you do those?
A vocal warm-ups?
Yellow
Oh.
leather? Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow. I'm so good at those now that I can do them so fast. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow. Or unique New York, unique New York, unique New York,
Oh
unique New
my
York.
god, a professional.
Yeah.
So does it actually help now?
And I feel like they helped more when it was tougher to get through.
Sure.
But now they're so easy. There's a sushi chef, sushi chef, sushi chef, sushi chef.
Oh
It's
my-
like, she sells seashells down by the seashore, she sells seashells down by the seashore.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
That's almost like robotic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
the
all-
vocal warm-ups are real. Oh, they're real.
Very real.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Especially in theater.
Have you ever bopped to the top?
I have slipped, I have slid, and I have ridden that rhythm.
One of the first things that we want to understand about you is we noticed that you don't have a Wikipedia page.
Yes, that's right.
That's the
And
word
that's
on the
really,
street.
that's what the whole internet's been talking about.
It's
From
the fact
what my Google,
Yeah.
Hollywood Reporter has been
Yeah.
on the beat.
absolutely.
It
I
must be
mean,
so exhausting.
So we were wondering, you know what, Hannah,
If
why don't you ask?
you did have a Wikipedia page, what would it say about your life?
The funny thing is, I think a different Ben Wang does have a Wikipedia page.
Really?
Yes.
Yes. He is an
Really?
electrical engineer.
Yeah.
I want to say Tennessee State.
think
I don't know.
That's right, material science.
Yes.
You.
You
I mean, I was looking for your Wikipedia
done your
page.
reading. Wow.
Yeah.
This is very impressive. This
Why,
is like
thank
this is
you.
like a Nardmore interview. Ben Wang is an actor. So Ben Wang, left parenthesis, B period, September 21st, 1997,
Yes.
right parenthesis,
Gorgeous.
is a actor, best known for, I guess if this Wikipedia page were viewed in 2023, it would probably say best known for Chain Can Dunk and American Born Chinese. And if you're looking for Ben Wang disambiguous, if you're looking for Ben Wang the material scientist, and then there will be like Ben Wang disambiguous, and then you click that. It takes you to that.
That's pretty specific. We're not actually having a Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been drafting my Wikipedia page for a long, long time.
How many? How's it going? Tell us more.
How's it going? How's the Wikipedia page going along? It's good.
But Ben, what we have been able to find on the internet about you, because we know obviously nothing about you, is that according to what website? IMDb?
According to, are
those the initials? IMDb?
I don't know what you're about to say, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, so
movie
correct me
database.
if I'm wrong.
All right.
Yeah.
You have been described as, quote, young, handsome, and Asian.
Have I?
You have.
You have
As
multiple
well.
sources.
You have also been described as someone who has, quote, decided not to reveal his abundance or use Instagram.
So-
I don't know who's writing these things about me. I'm glad they
Precisely.
are. They're also lying because I do have an Instagram.
Exactly.
I'm glad you cleared that up because we had messaged about this interaction on Instagram, and
Yes.
2 articles said that you
I
don't have an Instagram.
There are articles about me on the internet now?
They say basically no info exists about you.
Okay, that's
Yes.
good. That's how I want it.
Yeah, the 2 articles that I found were on different websites, tvguidetime.com and 44 bars.
Yeah.
They say that you're quite well off.
Is this a truth? Are you
No,
joking?
You're hiding
you know
your
what?
abundance.
I will pull this article up because it is.
They meant my monetary abundance.
Yes.
Not my artistic abundance.
Well, I mean, they did
I assumed
specify on
monetary.
Oh, you know what it is? You know what I think it is? I think that's one of those auto-generated articles. You know, when they so like I think because a lot of those sites will have like blank has been in blank and blank and blank and his net worth is blank.
Right.
So maybe
Yeah.
that's their autofill in the blank for
They're
we
like,
don't know his net
hasn't-
worth.
It was kind of a whole. Yeah, that actually makes sense because it said you were young, handsome, and Asian, which are not untrue, but very observational characteristics.
But, yeah.
Something a computer, might be able to
Exactly.
scan and
Like, if you need to know
regurgitate.
anything
Wow.
about Ben Wang, it's
Yeah.
that he's young, handsome, and Asian, and that, apparently that's all the internet has to say. Knowing that you are, like, a humble, modest, genuine person is very cool. You have a true passion for the art, for the performance, for the work. And
It's the money.
it's...
Ever since high school theater. Why do you think I did it?
yeah, so
Because I
true.
wanted
That's
to.
what the internet is saying.
I want to go to talking about, like, your life currently
Yes.
and the people that you work with. You've
Yeah.
worked with some incredible people.
Yeah.
Lucy Liu,
Yes.
Margaret Cho, right?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I hope one day.
Okay,
She
great,
was
great,
in
great.
the IMBD. Was she in
she and
something you were
I.
in?
So she and I did. That's true. That's right. I forgot. Well, she and I did a movie. She and I were in the same movie, but
Okay.
I never met her
Met her?
once.
Okay.
We didn't have any scenes together. So.
Okay. So yeah, what is your relationship like with these people who are very well established in
Yeah.
film, in Hollywood, and
I know. Yeah.
the community?
I mean, it really it's insane because growing up, these were the people that I have had the chance to work with were the people that I saw. Were the only instances of representation that I saw on TV. Lucy Liu is she really is the pioneer sort of Asian, one of the pioneer Asian American actors in the United States. Like really, it was just her for a while.
Can't emphasize that one enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like, working with Michelle Yeoh, whom, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I was watching in Chinese in China when I was,
That's
6.
insane.
Right?
The
And
connection.
Daniel Wu was in Police Story. I mean, Daniel Wu is not very well known here in the States, but he is a huge, huge star in Asia.
Which, in my opinion, almost means more because the population.
It's true.
difference,
No,
like,
seriously. More
Yeah.
people will probably recognize him than, like,
Then
Woody Harrelson. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, or someone who's only
I
famous
don't know
in
why.
the US.
I don't know why it says about me that's the sort of example of an iconic American actor. But I mean, he is. I love him. But yeah. So it's crazy. And the funny thing is that this show that I'm working on, it's sort of it's got a sort of a magical realism element to it, where it's like the average like slice of life of like an average high schooler and all his struggles meet like this crazy world of like Chinese mythology and gods and deities, and all of these deities and gods are played by what are to me like literal, pretty much as close to a god as you can get, right?
Icons.
Yeah.
So it was like really, it was like if a Chinese deity are like these characters that I've read about, growing up, and people tell you stories about, and in the same way, these people playing them are these people that you've heard stories about and have seen and
That's just
and have
surreal.
admired.
That's
for
like when your
whole
favorite
life.
couple from a rom-com starts dating.
It's almost
It's the same.
it's the same thing. I've always said.
Once I said it, maybe it's not quite.
I said that's what I said to Michelle Yeoh. I said seeing seeing you now is like when I see Joseph Gordon-Levitt and
And whoever the fuck.
and whoever the
She's
fuck.
already walked away, so we can't finish.
Yeah, sure. She's
Yeah.
busy. She doesn't have time.
I know the feeling.
That's beautiful. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, that seems like such a surreal experience.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that you get to experience that.
Yeah,
and
that
you're
was
just
unreal.
at the beginning of your career as well.
I have to ask as well that kind of reminds me slightly of Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior, another Disney Channel original movie. Another as in
Really?
Kate and I have been binge watching Disney Channel original movies.
Yes, we're through 1 through 3 of the Cheetah Girls.
Mm-hmm.
We're
That's all of
moving
them.
up.
From what I understand.
Your understanding is correct.
If there's a secret fourth Cheetah Girl, please tell me.
That is so true.
Does Raven come back?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who
I don't
knows?
think Raven Simone will ever listen to our podcast. This is
No.
off. This is
Very
not
much
the
off the
point,
beaten path.
but that took a turn. So.
It always does.
But Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior, I mean, the thing about Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior is that it's crazy that movie existed, because I'd like to know the story of how that got made, because at that time when that came out, there was no Asian American representation.
Interesting.
Period. You know, no one
Yeah.
ever was like, let's make a movie about a Chinese American girl that is actually about her
Right.
Chinese Americanness.
Yeah, that's
You know
so
what I
true.
mean?
Yeah, good point. That's not just with
Right.
she's also Chinese in
Right.
this role. It's
Right,
about
which
her.
is like Brenda Song in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody,
Right.
playing iconic Lyndon Tipton.
Absolutely.
Absolutely iconic. That was interesting too, because that was sort of like a colorblind casting role in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She
absolutely.
could have been any race.
Sure.
Or really, I
And-
bet if you read that on a page, you would think white would be the first thing you
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
And
a hotel heiress. Yep.
Yeah.
I think Paris Hilton.
right. And in my memory, really when I was watching TV at that time, that was the only Asian American on TV that I can remember of all the things that I watched. Like her and also
Yeah.
Grant Imahara from Mythbusters.
Oh,
Like, that's
whoa,
two.
That's wild. That
Yeah.
those like
That's
are the
two.
only two people that
Right.
I can't.
you can recall.
I've racked my brain. Maybe there is more.
Like, you have a different eye for it.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
You are somebody who would be paying way more attention
It's true.
than someone like me
Right.
who is just like, oh yeah, Brenda Song, she's awesome. And, you know?
I was also inspired by Brenda Song, but a very different.
Yeah, in a different way.
As you
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah.
As
Not so-
as
yeah.
everybody should be.
So true.
Yeah.
What an icon.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you actually have had experiences of like benefiting from that representation, because I think that, I know for me it gives a lot more meaning to like making sure that that's in different spaces that we create, whether that's an entertainment one or a school or whatever it may be. But
Yeah. Like, representation matters through and through and through.
right, and you don't often hear people who were like, yeah, and I saw someone do that just like me when that wasn't common. It's almost like you were at sort of this turning point in the entertainment industry too.
Yeah. Even now, this show, and all the things I've done, I really don't think any of it could have existed even 5 years ago.
So what do you think was the turning point for this type of show and representation to happen?
I've been thinking about that for a long time. And I can only speculate, but there's some facts that I know. One is that the thing that really kicked it off in the mainstream was Crazy Rich Asians. That movie came out, and that movie was a hit.
Yeah.
And
The book was
then,
better. We're just
Of
saying.
course.
I read it first.
Of course.
It's not
Right, well, yeah, and even the book came out. The book was a hit.
Right.
Then the movie came out, and the movie was a hit.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the studios and the producers are going, oh, this kind of movie makes money. You know,
There's a market for
Right, there's a market.
Yeah.
And a big one. And really, that's the impetus that it took, was that, oh, this can make money. Because before that, all of these projects that I've been doing have been in the pipeline for so long. You know, the American Born Chinese has been, like, being worked on and pitched and going through the studios for, I think, from what I understand, 4 or 6 years.
Wow.
Right?
That's a lot. Is that
Yeah,
what's like the typical? I guess maybe does it depend?
I'm not even sure myself.
Well, Ben, you might need to know that.
Right. Thank you.
We're going to give you tips.
Yeah. But yeah, Crazy Rich Asians came out, and all of these things that have been raring to go, right? And then Shang-Chi came out, And Shang-Chi only came out because Crazy Rich Asians was a hit, and Shang-Chi was a hit, and because Shang-Chi was a hit, you know,
then it perpetuates
everything keeps moving, and this has almost happened a couple times before. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon came out, right? And that was an Oscar hit, right? And so people got, you know, in the community got excited. It was like, okay, are these movies are going to be, these is happening, and then nothing happened. Right? Even before that, Joy Luck Club came out in, you know, the 80s or 90s. And it was a hit. Everybody loved it. And people said, oh, okay, more of these, and nothing, right? And
do you think it just, like, projects weren't able to get off the ground, or
I think the timing wasn't right. Okay. I think right now in our culture, in the history of the United States, right now, in our society, in our culture, this is the prime time. Like, the things that are coming together now have never all been here at the same time. Asian Americans are more visible now, right? There is, for better or for worse, an impetus to sort of promote Asian American identity because of the sort of violence and the rhetoric that have been sort of coming out against us in the past couple of years. And the internet, I think, has really helped, you know, not even young, but like the prime audience of today are like this internet educated group of people, right, who have a much broader scope of sort of culture and things that they like. You know, anime is mainstream now, right?
Yeah, so
anime's mainstream now.
Yeah.
People watch anime. That didn't. I mean, even when I was a kid in Northfield, like if you watched anime, you had to sort of whisper about it. Otherwise, you were a weird loser.
Yeah, like nerd.
Right.
Yeah, because you know what? You're right. There was an anime club, and it wasn't respected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think also, to what you're saying, it's Western mainstream now. It's
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like all of these things are here at the same time, and all of that is, I think, what's led to this sort of strange but exciting moment in the entertainment industry, where we can, and people want us, and people will support the creation of, I guess I can call it Asian American media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is now a profitable commodity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a bit cynical to look at it that way, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you intentionally taken roles that have highlighted Asian American identities?
Well, I'm like pretty new to my success, right?
That's
and so
why we're
really,
so interested in you.
Yeah. So but what that means was like really all of my projects up to this point weren't a choice. It was my agent will send me 10 auditions a week, and that's a lot. But sometimes it can be that much. And I'll do all of them.
Yeah.
And then once in a while, one or two will give me a call back. And then if I'm really, really 1 in a million lucky, they'll say, we want you to do this part. And when the last 2 years, I have not been in a position ever where I could be like,
picking and choosing.
Yeah.
And so that makes me feel even more lucky that the roles that I have played have all been so good, so much fun, so fitting, and like good deep roles written by good writers. And it's like
that's incredible.
It's mind blowing to me that I've gotten to do everything that I get to do, and
that's beautiful. You get to play a part in the representation, and I know that.
Yeah, and have so much fun.
Yeah, and meet incredible people.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the community that you found in Los Angeles. The people you've met,
incredible. Yeah. The cast, fantastic, and this show is a mix of sort of young talent and
this is American-born Chinese.
American-born Chinese is a mix of young talent and also these like established stars. But everyone across the board was so cool and chill and kind. And that's something that, speaking to the crew, they're like, that's usually not the case.
Really?
Big stars,
True.
like Michelle Yeoh and Daniel Wu and, all of the people in that pedigree have no need to be as kind as all of them were. Honestly, I like, you see sometimes you hear stories about like big stars being like difficult. and you go, oh, that's so unreasonable. But being someone who works in the industry, like I part of me is like, I totally get it. It's a hard industry to work in, and sometimes to preserve your work as an artist, to preserve your best art, you make the decision that I'm going to pay attention to this type of thing, but not put as much attention into other things.
It definitely affects your boundaries.
Right.
Yeah.
But the fact that all of them were so generous with their kindness. I have nothing but good things to say about everybody on the IMDb list.
That's so
It's a
beautiful.
long list too. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, seriously, not a single, and the whole crew, I know, concurs. And speaking of the crew were incredible. Largely made up of Asian American and Chinese American.
Very cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, which is also a thing that I've never done before. I shot a film back in the fall, another Asian American story for Disney Plus, Chank and Dunk, and that crew was awesome, fantastic. They were mostly white, and having the Asian American crew on this film made me realize what an asset that is to telling an Asian American story.
Yeah.
Everything from the set deck. They built an entire house inside one of the sound stages.
Wow.
Right? And every detail of this house felt so familiar to me. Like, just from the tiniest details of the carpet in the hallway had a little, mesh carpet protector underneath it that was poking out on one corner. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't even realize that was a thing, but that's a thing. And in fact, during one of the scenes, like, one of the camera ops was like, can we fix that? A little thing, there's like a little thing poking out, and then like the set deck was like, no, that's intentional.
That's part of it.
Yeah,
That's
and I was
incredible.
like, yeah, those are like the details that like really make you feel like, wow. It's seriously, this project, I don't know if I'll ever have it this good again. It was
Hopefully
just,
you will.
the energy was just like so warm. It felt like we all realized we were in this boat of like, we're making something pretty special and pretty unique and important. Everyone was like, really felt like people were there to do more than just their job.
Well, and it sounds too like your sort of defining moments as a kid were seeing people in those roles and then being able to actually play that out, but play it out not just as you are the, once again, only Asian American on set or in the environment, where everybody is creating from that perspective and doing that. And I think you bring up a good point as well, in because the crew shared that identity and understood those details and important things, it made a difference in the overall production. And
yeah, absolutely.
The authenticity runs deeper.
Yeah.
Hey, we come to interrupt this podcast to announce a very important opportunity for you.
This is your chance to shine. This is your sign.
This is your ad space. If you have a creative pursuit, a small business that you want to promote, or anything else that you've got going on that you just need a shout out for, we got you.
For no money required.
Zero cost. Email us at thattookaturnpodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. Email us at thattookaturnpodcast@gmail.com.
We appreciate you listening to us. We want to give you a shout out as well.
You know what? I bet you can't wait to get back to this episode.
Let's get back to it.
Bye.
Bye.
I mean, I feel like, as we said before, but who knows if it was in a previous take, we've known you for 14 years. So, I mean...
Yeah.
14 years?
You guys have known each other longer than
It's true.
any of the rest of us.
Wow.
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 I just think is that our new intro?
Wow.
Like, just that? So, Ben. Reality TV, we're big fans. I'm a big fan. I'll speak for myself and only myself.
I'm a bystander.
Yes.
Collateral damage.
If your fame brought you to a reality TV venture...
God help me. God help the viewers.
If you were, gun to your head scenario, more so just like, you'll be unemployed if you don't go on this reality TV show. Which one would you choose if you had your pick of the lot?
I feel like I don't know that much about reality TV shows, but I would love to be on Gordon Ramsay has these shows where he just like cooks for people.
That's
Well, he has. It's. I think it's called the F word, right? And he's got like the kitchen. He goes into the kitchen and he yells at all these people, and he's like,
Wait, is the show called the F word?
Yes.
Or is it called fuck?
No, it's called the F word.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Great. Thank you.
I didn't know either.
Yeah. But then he'll like, he'll go in the kitchen and he'll yell at these people and they're like, oh, you donkey. And then he'll go out into the dining room where like all of these celebrity friends have gathered just to taste the food and shoot the hay with Gordon Ramsay. And
so who would you be in that? You'd be in the dining room?
Oh, yeah, that seems like the calmer.
I mean, is that even a question?
Option.
Obvious.
I had to ask it. I don't know.
It's a very fair question because I would want to be in the back. Like, I want to be like tossing the shrimp in the air.
Getting yelled at by Gordon Ramsay? My gosh.
Well, I think that's part of the experience, That's part of the adventure.
That's true. I can't argue with that.
What is an assumption you think other people make about you? Would they be correct about this assumption?
Oh, God.
I mean, we know from the article that you are. People assume you're mysterious
and Asian.
And
Asian
they assume
and
that you're
young.
Asian
And
young.
People, that actually is a big one. People assume that I'm much younger than I am.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, especially in the film. I've been told this so many times that I accept it as truth. In life, I look young, and on camera, I look really young.
Interesting. Yeah, because I suppose you played like high school age roles.
Yeah.
Right, and I don't notice because I've lived with me my whole life. I assume I look however old I feel.
Yeah.
But I've been chased out of graveyards.
What?
No, oh yeah.
I was. Tell that story. What do you mean?
I was not chased out, but I was walking through Greenpoint Cemetery in Brooklyn. It's near where I live. And the security guy was like, "Young man," and I was like, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Listen." He comes right up to me, and he kind of looks around, he leans in, and he goes, "Listen, normally, children under 18 have to be with an adult to walk through the cemetery. But listen. It's cool. Just don't cause any trouble, all right?" And I said, "Oh, this is a silly misunderstanding, sir. I'm, 24."
Silly misunderstanding.
And he said, "Sure, whatever. Don't worry about it." That made me mad. I was like, "Do you want to see my?" I was gonna take out my ID, and he was, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." I was like, "You."
Like, how dare you?
How dare you?
He's I'm doing you a favor, but he was not.
He was not. He thought I was a child.
I mean, hopefully that means that you can be acting. Well, I mean, I know you can be acting for forever and play whatever roles, but like, you have youth on your side.
It's a part of myself that I've accepted, and it's gotten me a lot of jobs. And one day I will look old.
You will.
What if you don't? What if you just never look? You always
not
look
a
under 18.
That would be really scary.
Did you ever have
really
trouble?
Exciting?
Yeah, that's true. You could do a lot of
the
crazy
scientific
things.
community would go bonkers.
Yeah.
I think. Except I'd have to convince them that I'm actually
That's true.
70, and how would I do that?
Yeah. Too much effort, too much time.
Can we talk about your early life? And I'm just thinking, we know who you are and we know your background, but we didn't really get a full Wikipedia page. So I know you said you were born in Beijing.
I was born in Beijing. Yes. And for those of you listening at home, I just want to bring this up because I don't want to run over this chance to embarrass Katie, but she, on our previous take, had said, "So, I heard, from what we understand, you were born in a small town in China."
Well, yes, and that was my understanding, and it was incorrect. It's
it's a small town of 8 million.
12 million?
That's pretty small.
I mean...
Although it's true that people in China, if they come from a town of 1 million people, they'll be like, "Yeah, it's a small town." They'll call it 1 million's a village in China.
That's you were the first one who told me that. I've shared that with other people when they are, "Oh, that's not a small town." It's like, well,
listen,
you're not out there. So, but anyway, so you were born in Beijing, which is not a small town by any means. And when did you come to the States?
I came when I was 6 years old.
6 years old?
Yeah, I immigrated with my mom.
Do you know, I guess maybe not do you know, but why did you guys come to the States?
It's an interesting story. It's an
As
interesting
most of your stories are.
Yes.
I feel.
From what I understand, the first person in my family to come to the States was my great aunt, and she went to the U of M.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Dope.
And
Which is the University of Minnesota, for those of you who
yes,
didn't live in
the M
Minnesota.
could stand for anything.
Anything.
Michigan, Maryland, Montana, but you know what?
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she came to the University of Minnesota, and from what I understand, she met my future step-grandfather there. So my step-grandfather is a white guy, and he speaks fluent Chinese. And at the time, he was teaching at the U of M, and this is all...
Conjecture?
It's not conjecture because I'm pretty sure this is what happened, but it's been a while since they've told me the story.
Sure.
So if there's details that are wrong, I'm sorry.
There's a margin of error.
So my grandfather was collecting oral histories in China, and he went to the village where my great aunt is from. It's also where my grandmother is from because they are siblings. Yeah, this rural village in Inner Mongolia in China.
Can I ask, you said Inner Mongolia in China?
Yes, Inner Mongolia is a province of China. So there's
Okay.
Mongolia proper, which is the country.
Right.
And then in China, there is a province or a state, essentially,
Right.
called Inner Mongolia. It's the northmost state in China.
Closest to Mongolia.
Yes, it borders Mongolia pretty much all through
I
its
see.
northern border. And that's where my mom's side of the family is from.
Cool.
Yeah, and they lived outside of a city called Huhahalte, so which I
I think
believe
it's up there.
is what the Mongolian walk chain Whose Hut is named after.
Oh my goodness.
I think there's got to be a connection
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Wait, is it
I-
Whose Hut?
Isn't it Whose Hut?
It's like
This is also super regional. Like, there's no Whose Huts in outside of Minnesota outside the Midwest maybe from
was
what I
it
understand.
a Genghis?
It's got it's a sort of a Genghis Khan.
There is one that's like called Genghis.
There's one called Genghis, but there's a chain called Whose Hut, and I swear it's
Yeah.
named after Huahalte because in English, Huahalte is called it's usually truncated to Huhat.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, that does sound familiar to me.
Yeah,
Wow.
Huhat. But anyway, that's where my grandfather met my grandmother, and so they were the first to immigrate to the United States. My grandmother was my great aunt was the first to come to the States as a student, and then my grandmother came with my step grandfather, and then about 10.
Did they come to be close to your great aunt, or for work, or?
My step grandfather lives here and he teaches here.
That's right.
And after he married my grandmother, it was sort of a foregone conclusion that she would come, and
Sure.
then that I would come. The original plan actually was for me to come as soon as I was born,
Really?
as early as possible. Yeah, but the paperwork at the time was very, very difficult, and then I'm sure 9/11 made it even more difficult. And so originally I was supposed to come, when I was, pre-memory.
Yeah.
So
but-
was your mom supposed to come at that same time?
Yeah, or I'm not entirely sure what the original plan was. When I was 6, she and I came, and we lived with my grandparents at their house in Faribault.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, their big house in the countryside. And so I grew up sort of in the middle of nowhere, like, truly like woods on one side, cornfield on the other side, the dirt road. And at that point, my mom went to college. She had gone to college in China. That degree gets sort of illegitimized when you come to the
just
States.
too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, and so she went again to get another
Damn.
undergrad degree. She now has 3. She now has done undergrad 3 times.
Holy cow.
Because she did her Chinese
Wow.
undergrad, she did that undergrad, and then she just did undergrad again for her early childhood education.
Oh my gosh.
And so she
Your
is,
mother. Oh.
Yeah.
I can't say that I remember any stories that you had told about your mom, but I do remember it's like ingrained in my memory. Like, Ben's mom is a badass. Like, just she really
She
did
is.
a lot of
Yeah. It's a family of, it's a long lineage of
Badasses.
badasses. Yeah. And it ends with me.
Also,
bad-
Unfortunately, the badassery ends right here.
I would argue otherwise.
But growing up with you, I guess, going to school with you, and we go back. We went to France one
We
time.
went to France.
We did. Actually, that's a whole nother story.
We went to a techno rave together.
Ben, that's exactly what I was gonna say, because
You two
I
went to
remember
a techno rave together?
That's a core memory.
is.
I may or may not have almost or not almost tripped on a baby.
See,
What?
Maybe
there.
edit out the part where I said maybe not almost.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe. I was like kidding, but then was
But then you're doing a visual gag for the podcast.
right.
For everyone listening at home, she pretended to write down.
Edit that out. But yeah, we were with a group of people from high school, and all of them kind of dispersed, and Ben and I were like, oui!
Oui.
Merci beaucoup!
We're here to practice our français. That's why we came. L'éducation. I don't know. That's not how you say education in French.
You know, we didn't learn much.
L'éducation.
I was gonna say, are you still practicing French? But
Oh, not at all.
Retired.
Not even
You're on to bigger
Retired.
things.
That's in my coat pocket in case I ever need to play one of those classic Chinese
Yeah,
French
for sure.
characters.
For sure.
classic. At this point in time in your life, what is your dream role?
Oh yeah.
Truly, I just did it.
Really?
Yeah, the role I played on American Born Chinese is like the kind of role that I've wished I could do ever since I was in school and wanted to do film and TV.
That's amazing.
Really, the project American Born Chinese is, and will always be a dream come true for me.
Oh, that's
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It was a very special show, in that it's just I never felt that the way that I did working on that show. It's for people who don't know, it's based on a graphic novel.
Okay.
A very popular graphic novel that apparently is taught in schools a lot.
I'm so curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't taught at Northfield middle or high schools.
I guess, yeah, I would love to ask you, how was growing up in that setting, not being the stereotypical white kid?
Yeah, that's something I've been thinking about for a while. Because as an Asian American actor, working on these sort of Asian American stories, it's made me really look like inward for really it's made me stop and look for the first time at my personal experiences growing up in that regard, just because I need that stuff to mine, to use when I'm working on these projects. So yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot. Northfield, Minnesota. Well, the thing that I've concluded is that it's the interesting thing about that experience was that if you grow up as a Chinese American person or an Asian American person in like Chicago or a suburb of Chicago or like the San Gabriel Valley or even in just Los Angeles in general, it's different. You have a community of people who are like you, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas in Northfield, it really was just me.
Yeah. And you're an only child as well. You
Right,
are
exactly.
an only child.
I was, and I
changed?
continue to be.
That's good
Yes.
to know.
Yeah. And yeah, the experience of being the only Chinese American is interesting because on one hand, there really were moments growing up in Northfield and going to school where I sort of forgot that I was different, right, in that way.
Sure.
That there was the cultural difference.
Yeah.
And there was the sort of, there were really times where, because it's almost like because there was no greater community to remind me that I'm a part of this community and not as much that one, that I forgot about it sometimes. But on the flip side, then there would just be moments once in a while where I was really, really reminded. It's like you're gliding smooth and then all of a sudden, like, you just stop, and go, and it just, like, turns the context of, like, your view, like, on its head, almost. Like, sometimes I'm like, I'd forget that I was Chinese American or Asian American. Or not forget that, but, like, forget that made me different.
Yeah.
Or that made me stand out.
Yeah.
Right.
It
Until
kinda
it
stops you in your tracks.
Right.
And
Yeah. I will say I'm very, very glad to have grown up and gone to school in Northfield. I really do think it's a fantastic, well-meaning community. Seriously, and the experiences I had there and the positive ones have stayed with me and continue to inform me, and is really the largest reason for why I am where I am now in my career.
Why do you say that?
I'll tell you this. The first time I ever saw a musical was at Northfield High School. And
What musical?
it was Fiddler on the Roof.
Okay.
It was Fiddler on the Roof. And
How old were you?
I was, I think, 12. This was the first time I'd ever seen a musical, and for the main role, they had cast this guy named Tim Komatsu, who is an Asian American guy. He was the only Asian American guy, in his grade.
Yeah.
To play this, like, Jewish Eastern European man.
I love that.
And the politics of that are
Sure, something else.
Something that we
Yeah.
can talk about on a different podcast. But the fact that I saw him in the main role for my very first musical is something I hadn't realized until I was talking about this with the showrunner of American Born Chinese. But the fact that that was the first thing I ever saw was an instance where an Asian American could play the main role. This was huge, and I had not had any other precedent of seeing that not happening.
Right.
And so that, like, the fact that that was instilled in me from the get-go was, I think, a really, really fortunate thing. And
Would you say it's a turning point?
I might
You really just set
say
yourself up for
that it were a turning point. Wow. Everybody take a drink.
straight to that.
That's really incredible, though.
I also kind of love how that really shows the power of representation and seeing
Seriously.
someone that you can relate to doing something that you really maybe don't believe you can do yet.
Or have ever, like, seen.
How does it feel to have accomplished one of your dreams? Like,
True.
now that your dream has happened,
Yeah, I mean, that's happened several times for me in my life.
what a great thing to be able to say.
I know, actually, now I sound like, maybe,
No,
do I sound cocky? But, like,
No.
it's true. Like, you know what I mean? Like, getting into the NYU drama program was a dream for me when I was in high school. I was like, I'll never be able to do that.
Well,
And then-
you know why we didn't think you would ever be able to do it? Because
Because I was terrible in high school.
No.
Well, that
You heard
but
me sing and you
also-
went, yeah, that kid's not
Yeah,
going
we were
anywhere.
like,
No, we were all in the same first hour art class our senior year, and the class ended, or the semester ended in a showcase of all of our work. We all had collections, and a big deal for our school. And Ben had the whole semester been like, I won't be there. I have this NYU thing. I don't think it was actually the whole semester because I don't think you had scheduled it that far in advance. But
I hope I didn't.
at this point in like the fable that is Ben Wang that we tell each other,
Yes.
Hannah and I, that is.
Yeah. The last time the last memory that I had of you was you saying, I'm going to be gone because I have this, like, interview with the school, and the next day you were at school.
You were not gone.
You
I
were
was
not
not
gone.
gone.
You were present
Yeah.
and accounted for.
Yeah.
And the entire class was like, what the fuck, Ben?
Yeah.
Are
'Cause
you
we were
supposed to
so
be
excited
somewhere
for you.
important?
I was, but I had overslept my flight.
Terrible.
Which
Slept
just
right through it.
That's just what a letdown. But
Yeah.
the entire time I had been thinking this was an interview for NYU, but it wasn't.
It wasn't an interview. I had already
Or-
passed
or,
the interview at this point. I knew I could go should I have the fortune of being able to afford it.
Yeah.
I see. True. So what did you miss?
What I missed was an open house thing for the UCLA drama program, musical theater program, which I had also gotten into.
Oh my goodness,
But
we have just completely butchered your life story.
That's fine.
But this is why we're talking with the source.
Yeah.
Yes.
We know
Because
why
I
we're-
do remember, I remember thinking, like, oh my gosh, that truly seals his fate when it happened. So, that makes more sense that it
No,
wasn't
it did not
NYU.
seal. Oh yeah, that's why I wasn't super freaked out on that
Good.
day.
We were all freaked out for
We
you.
honestly were. Like, I remember the sinking feeling of, like, these are someone's dreams just gone.
Thank you for feeling that way for me.
Yeah, no, seriously. I think
Yeah.
also because, like, within that art class, we all had a different sort of artistic appreciation and relationship with each other.
Yeah.
And
Well, I was more like, you haven't been preparing to be here, so now you have to come up with this whole booth for, like,
That's right.
the entire
Oh,
town
God,
to go
and
and
I
to.
showcase
whipped that up
in
in like
less than 8
6
hours.
hours.
what
yeah.
was your final art project?
My final art project? It was
Stamping.
intaglio prints.
Intaglio
Yeah,
prints,
it was
that's right.
printmaking. It was printmaking.
I'm I'm glad you ended up at NYU.
Me too. It was the right program for me. And yeah, everything I learned from there. I mean, everything I learned until I left. Which, that statement means nothing. So,
everything
you learned
until
I stopped learning there, I learned there.
That's profound.
And then I moved somewhere else and learned there.
Yeah.
So, Ben, at this point in your career, do you feel like you're in the public eye? Do you feel pressured to be in the public eye?
Not yet. That's the good part, I think. Yeah. Honestly, eventually, I think it's inevitable at this point that I'm going to be, to some degree, in the public eye. Oh, God. I want to throw up just thinking about it. But, yeah, eventually that's going to happen. But right now, I'm in sort of a zone where I've done all the work, but none of it's come out yet. So I'm just riding this high.
I guess you can't really predict how you're going to feel as your career develops, but what are your intentions for, like, privacy, and do you feel pressured to have more of a media presence?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think in my mind, the way that I always saw it was, it comes with the territory, being up in the public eye.
Kim Kardashian has said the same thing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I mean, when you're starting out in this field, you never really expect to have success in the way that I have, right? When you start out as an actor, it's the common knowledge is you're probably not going to make it, kid. You know, smoke a cigar. And so, you know, that's the mindset that I started the career with, and then I started booking jobs in TV and smaller parts and then bigger and bigger parts. And then in my mind, I was like, oh crap, am I going to have to start doing all the things that, seem more like fiction? But yeah, I think right now where I am, I'm at a point where it's like, it's going to be part of the job. So even if I don't like it, it's my job to sort of learn to like it. And learn to, or at least learn how to do it in a way that I can do it. Right?
Sure.
Because otherwise, life is going to suck. I'm just going to be doing this thing that I don't like a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons that Hannah and I have kind of admired your journey from afar. The whole reason we got Disney Plus, by the way, was because we heard Ben Wang was starring on multiple series, movies, shorts. I mean, you name it, he's in it. Not
you
exactly.
name it, he's in it.
Not at all. The opposite of that, actually. If you name it, he's probably not in it.
One thing that I do want to know is if you have a book recommendation. A book that you think everyone should read.
Oh, the Bible. The holy word of God.
You're right, and that's all.
I read this really great book in preparation to work on American Born Chinese.
I thought you were going to say in preparation for this podcast.
Yes, in preparation for this podcast, I read this really great book on Asian American representation. So in preparation to work on American Born Chinese, I read this book called The Loneliest...
Did you guys hear that burp?
No.
Was it you who burped, or was it a far off burp that we all should have heard together?
I mean, you might have heard it in the distance echoing.
Yeah.
It came from me, and it was very deep and guttural.
I was honestly, when you offered me the sparkling water, I was like, I would love to drink it, but my deepest fear is that I'm going to burp so loud.
So back to what you were saying about this book. When I so rudely burped and interrupted you.
Yeah. The book is called The Loneliest Americans. It's by J. Caspian Kang, who is a columnist for the New York Times or the New Yorker. It's a really interesting examination on the Asian American identity. And he sort of runs the whole gamut of discussion on the topic. And he goes to some very interesting places that I don't want to really speak of because the book does it so much better. You know, there's parts of Asian America that have been left unexamined, whether it's because we feel uncomfortable examining it or because no one has ever thought to or wanted to, that I think he brings to light in this book. And it's really, it's a challenging read. It's intellectually challenging, and it's also emotionally challenging because he sometimes, for his theses, will go against sort of the grain of traditional thought on these sort of topics. But it was a really, really good read for me in preparation to work on American Born Chinese, which is a show that at its core is an examination on sort of the Asian American adolescent experience through the specific experiences of this, the one kid, the kid that I play. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Will you say the title and the author one more time?
Yeah, it's The Loneliest Americans by J. Caspian Kang.
I feel like you've answered a lot of our questions inadvertently, which was kind of what I thought would happen, and it's amazing. I mean, I can't think of a better way to end this podcast. Ben, I just want to thank you so much for joining us and how crazy it is that it actually worked out. I cannot wait to see Chink and Dunk and American Born Chinese.
This has been really fun. Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, thanks for listening, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
See you next time.
Bye! Thank you so much for listening to That Took a Turn.
The podcast, written, produced,
And everything by us, Kate Geary
and Hannah Domish.
It's pretty DIY. If you're digging the pod,
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe
to That Took a Turn.
wherever you're listening to this podcast. I mean, if you made it to this point, you at least were bored enough to listen.
I know. Either way, you can also check us out on Instagram.
At That Took a Turn podcast.
Special thanks to Garrett Burns. Our theme song is by Music Unlimited.
This has been
A Handsome Prince production. Goodbye.